Hi, this is Mr. Weston. Today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on constant of proportionality from tables. If you haven't seen it already, I would recommend watching the constant of proportionality from graphs. This is very much like it. It's just a little bit more simple if you ask me, because we only have to do division. We don't have to look at anything visually. We do need to understand, though, that a constant of proportionality means that we're talking about fractions that are equal. For example, if I have 1/2, I know it's proportionate to 4/8 because I multiply the denominator and the numerator, as I do that backwards, by the same number. In this case, my constant proportionality would be, actually it's not 4. I just multiply it by 4, it's scaled up. But my point is these are proportionate to each other. Now, my constant proportionality for these would be, depending on how we're talking about it, either 2 or 1/2. And it's going to make more sense once we do it in the context of x and y, because with x and y, we're told that we need to do y divided by x. If this is the case, we're looking for which one of these tables has a y divided by x constant proportionality equal to 8/5. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through each one of these sets of coordinates here. Each answer has 3. So if you look here, we have A, B, C. Each one has 3 coordinates, and we're just going to divide the y divided by x. Or another way to do it, we could. So for example, I could do 16 divided by 10. Okay, so I do 16 divided by 10, and I get 1.6. I could also just say, okay, that doesn't help me because I don't know if that's 8/5. Well, if I do 8 divided by 5, 8 divided by 5 equals 1.6. So essentially, we found our constant proportionality in decimal form, which is also helpful. So it's kind of 2 ways to do this. One, we could divide, get a decimal, and see, okay, which one of these has that same decimal. Or we can say, all right, I know I can multiply 4 times 8/5, and I should get 32/5. Is that true? So first thing I would do is make it 4/1. So I have 2 fractions that I'm multiplying here. So 4 times 8 is 32. 1 times 5 is 5. So that first one checks out. We already did that one using the decimal form. And we just need to check out 11/1 times 8/5. Does that equal 88/5? And that is also true. Okay, so we found our answer. It was the first one here. Let me just show you why these other ones are incorrect. Clear off some space. So if I multiply 2, for example, 2 times 8/5, I would get 2/1. I would get 16/5. So I already know right from the start that B is incorrect. And then the same thing for C. I have 5/1 times 8/5. And that would give me 40/5, which is not 20/3. So I know that one's incorrect also, based on just 1 point. So really, I just need to test 1 point. But if I should test all of them. If all of them check out, then that's going to be my answer. But just having one checkout, or one checkout that's incorrect, automatically eliminates it. So which table has a constant proportionality between y and x of 4? So this one's going to be easier because it's not a fraction. I just want to know y/x, is this equal to 4? Essentially what that means is, do I multiply this x coordinate by 4 to get y? It looks like here I multiply by 4, check, check. 16 times 4, check. So it looks like my top answer is correct again. Let's just double check. So in B, this was what I was talking about. So in B, I have 2 times 4 is 8. But if you look at the next two, they are not. So I would have here 10 times 4, that is not 40. And then that is not correct either. That's not equal to 20. So it's close, but it is not correct. So A is the only correct answer, and I'm guessing C. 3 times 4, yep, checks out, but then the next two don't check out. So you can have one check out, but really all 3 need to check out. But if one is incorrect, then we know that answer can be eliminated completely. This one's just 2. So again, we can just do 5 divided by 2. Does that equal 2? Question mark, and the answer is no. So I checked 1 point. I already know it's wrong, so A is eliminated. Looks like B is a strong contender, and it looks like B is going to be our choice because 6 times, I'm looking at this last option here, 6 times 2 does not equal 24. And then B, all of these times 2 are going to give you the next one. So times 2 times 2 times 2. B checks out. All right, we're on to our last one. I told you this one was much more simple than the graphs one, which has a constant proportionality of 12. Okay, so now we just need to go through and see which one's multiplied by 12. This doesn't seem like the first one is, but let's just double check. So we do 12 over 1, because I wanted two fractions multiplied by each other. Does that equal 6? Question mark. So I have 1 times 12 is 12 over 2 times 1 is 2. That does equal 6. Check. Times 12, check. Times 12, check. So looks like A is going to be our choice. I just want to go through and verify. 3 times 20 is 60. Nope. And then these ones definitely look weird. Okay, so A is going to be our correct answer. And I think we're done. So the toughest ones are just the fraction ones. But really, all you need is just understanding of multiplication, multiplying by fractions. And you can solve this Khan Academy pretty easily. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment below. And I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Wes Explains Best.